Good morning. Just waiting for the iron to heat up. I'm going to iron my t-shirt and then we've got a ton of other stuff to iron as well, so I might just leave it up. It's Saturday. I didn't film yesterday because it was so hot. I went to work and I had to, the traffic was horrendous getting home, and so I didn't get home till just after 6, by which point I think it was about 29 degrees inside the house, about 31, 32 outside the house. Next, we had all the windows open, the fans on, could just hear all the noise outside. Next door were making a racket for a few hours and it was just miserable. So I didn't want to film. It wouldn't have been fun to watch, and I didn't do a single bit of crafting yesterday. It's going to be a bit cooler today at 27 degrees, which is a bit more normal for July. And it's not sunny at the moment, so we've got some good cloud cover, which means we've got all the windows open without the sun beating in, so hopefully the house might cool down a bit. It was 28.3 degrees when we woke up in our bedroom this morning. So we're starting off with some ironing, which isn't very creative, and then I've got to take Lilia to work. And we've got a few things going on. We've got a meeting with Phoebe's drama school and stuff later, and a bit of running around. But I would usually do my long walk on a Saturday, but I'm not going to do that today. It's been so hot. I think I just run the risk of causing myself dehydration problems. And I'm just going to skip it this week. And if it's a bit cooler tomorrow, I'm going to do my long walk then. So I'm going to concentrate on getting some editing done that I need to do on other videos, and a bit of tidying around the house and a bit of making, hopefully, if it's not too hot. And I think that will be more interesting than what would have happened yesterday, which would just be me not making anything and whinging. I've just put a couple of rows on my blanket. I'm just folding it up. Thought I'd show you how it's looking. Here it is. It's not the best way to show you, but I've got 1.5 more repeats of my colour sequence to go, and then I think I'm going to add the border. I've decided I am going to add the border because it's really pretty and I think it'll really finish it off nicely. But I'm too hot, my hands are too sweaty. It's too warm to sit under it. The sun's come out now as well, so things are hotting up, and I need to spend a bit of time doing a bit of cleaning up whilst there's no one here. Lilia's at work, Dan's at football training, Phoebe's at a friend's house. So I'm going to just continue listening to my audiobook, which I'm nearly finished. I'm very sad because I've been in a bit of an audiobook slump. So when I finish this, I'm going to have to find something else afterwards, and it's difficult because, I don't know, I just don't seem to be able to get gripped by anything. I think Addie LaRue ruined me. And then I listened to another one after that, which I wasn't sure about, but actually I haven't stopped thinking about it since I finished it, and that was Cleopatra and Frankenstein. Yeah, so any recommendations for excellent audiobooks, please let me know. Yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of cleaning and tidying, then I'm going to have some lunch and hopefully try and sit down and do a bit of work on my cardigan, because it's the Wonderland Walk make along at the moment. This is really uncomfortable. Hang on, let's go through to the kitchen. Yeah, it's the Wonderland Walk make along at the moment, and I really want to get some more work done on my cardigan that I'm making with my Wonderland Walk yarn. Oh, I forgot I put that on. I'm dehydrating some mango. I thought, what's that noise in the air fryer behind me? Oh, I've lost my train of thought now. Anyway, yes, I want to do some more crafting. I'm going to tidy up first, listen to my audiobook. That's the gist of it. Oh, I'm up in my bedroom. I've had a good old tidy up. I'm hungry actually. Dan and Phoebe have just got back. I'm just putting some socks on. Somehow wearing little socks makes me feel cooler. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I had a question that popped up when I was looking at comments this morning. This was on my day 4 vlog. I guess this means I'm going to be vlogging a day longer because I'm filming today rather than yesterday. So that makes today day 5 where it would have been day 6. So you're going to get kind of an extra day, but not really. I don't know. We'll see how it all ends up. We might end up missing out a day. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Okay, so it was, sorry if you can hear a slight wind, by the way. The windows are open and there's a breeze and I don't want to stop it because it's really helping to cool the house down. DJZinga2634. I went to Etsy to poke around in the spin and leather shop. They offer yarn in skeins, cakes or gobstoppers. Can anyone help me understand what a gobstopper is in the yarn world? Please tell me it's a never-ending ball of yarn. Well, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? But I happen to have an example here of a gobstopper. It's not a full scheme. This was something I've had in my stash for a while from Helen at Giddy Yarns. The colourway is It's a Rainy Sunny Day on her Giddy sock base. And this is one of her gobstopper balls. And what it means is if it's a self-striping yarn, it's wound in a way that each colour of the self-striping is wound around the ball, and then when the colour changes, it's wound in another direction, so it looks like a pretty gobstopper and you can work straight from it. I can't remember how, it's not 100 grams in here, but it's not far off, and I've had it for ages, and I went to get it just so I could answer that question, and now I've got it out. I'm like, well, I'm in my self-striping phase, so I've got here my huge box of minis. I'm telling you, if you were impressed with my project bag stash, you would be aghast at my yarn stash. I'm almost ashamed of how much yarn I have. It's fairly organised and it fits in a finite space, but it's a lot. I've got a whole box here of minis. Oh, someone else said as well that they remembered, oh, who was it that said it? Was it on this comments? They used a really good word as well, and I remember thinking, oh, you don't see that word every day. Oh yeah, it was Jan at the mother thing. Hang on, I'm just going to go and get my little windshield. There, that should help if the wind's blowing in through the window. Okay, so it was Jan at the mother thing said, I got ridiculously excited when I saw my project bag was the thumbnail. This was for day 3. The yellow bag that I'm holding, that was one Jan made. And it's very, very beautiful. I remember way back when you said you didn't have minis. This is when I first started podcasting, and I remember it so clearly as well. And folks took pity on your paucity. I was thinking, I think that's the first time anyone's ever used the word paucity. Don't even know if I'm saying it correctly. In a comment, I had to go and Google it. So my lack of, or the little amount I had, and sent you bundles of happiness. And now you are the I make blankets and shawls for my minis woman. I plunged last year and bought my first yarn advent, hooked forevermore. I have discovered the joy of making scrappy socks and there's no turning back. I usually catch these vlogs when I am having my I'm bored now, I'll go and have a cuppa and a knit session at 3 a.m. 3 a.m, Jan? Time to go back to bed. So, yeah, so she said that about the minis. This is part of my minis collection. It doesn't all fit in the one box. I've got them everywhere. So yes, I have gone from no minis to having more minis than anyone else on earth. It does mean though that I've got a large portion to choose from for choosing a contrast yarn for, I think I'm going to do toes and heels, and I'm going to try out Kay Jones's afterthought heel type thing. Not afterthought heel. It's a short row heel, but it's not a short row heel. I can't remember what she calls it. Anyway, I want to try that. Usually heel flap and gusset is the best fit for me, but if I don't try something, then I'm not going to find out, am I? That's quite good. It's light blue. Slightly different to the blue in the thing. Maybe a yellow or dark blue might work. I'm definitely going to have plenty of yellow minis. I want something solid though and not variegated. Oh, with gravy ball. Oh no, that's not a sock yarn actually. Those aren't actually minis. I don't know what they're doing in there. This was Drops Baby Merino. which I bought yonks ago. I made a couple of baby hats. They've been balled up for a long time. Really lovely pastel shades. Oh, that's why they were falling out. The bag has split. Oh, bum. What's this bag? Oh, I'll put them in this bag instead. Now I'm organising the old. There. All fits in there just about. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, I've got minis going everywhere now. Oh, what's that one? Ooh, this is a Little French Meadow one. Will this be enough? Oh, that might be good. All red. Bright green. Ooh, bright green's quite nice actually. It's a different green to the green that's there, but it's kind of a fun contrast. That's more of a highlighter green, but I've got a more bright apple green here. That might be nice. Slightly bonkers, but I like it. I like bonkers. Oh my goodness, I opened it and it all just bloomed out. Woo. Well, that's a nice one, isn't it? No, it's a bit too different. Ooh, orange. There's no orange in this. That's nice, isn't it? What do we think? Orange or green? Well, I suppose I could mix and match and do both. Let me know what you think. I think either of those two are nice, bright, sunny day colours, like the yarn's called. So let me know what you think. Hello, Phoebe. You're going to sleep well tonight, aren't you? Did you get any sleep last night at your sleepover?
Not really. Will you be able to do a clap down my hand with just one not two?
A French pat?
Yeah.
I'll try. I will try. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just remembered. Can you chuck me that Alice in Wonderland bag just there, please? Thank God. My lovely favourite bag at the moment. So in here I've got the leftovers for my Wonderland socks, which I'm still being secretive about and not showing you. And I want to either make another pair of socks, because I've got these two and then I've got a little bit more as well, or like some wristies or something. If it's going to be socks, I'm going to need a contrast colour. Do you know what? I've just decided I'm going to make wristies. Little knitted wristies, little self-striping ones to match my socks. And then I don't have to worry about contrasting colour, because that was too much decision making for one day. Right, let's have a little look at questions and see if I've got any to answer. Angela commented saying, OMG, the orange lobster bag I made you in New Zealand from a Kmart tea towel in New Zealand, not from Australia. What? Did I show that one? I don't remember showing that. Or was it in, it might have been in one of the other bags, because that orange lobster tea towel bag is a smaller one than the ones I was looking at. I know the one that you mean, and maybe it was in one of the other bags, like in my sock size bags. I have to go and watch the video, but I can never remember what I've said. Bonnie Falla. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Oh, it's lovely to see your name. I'm loving these daily making vlogs, thank you. Like you, crochet was my first yarny craft, and even though I've been knitting for about 4 years, I'm still more comfortable with crochet. You inspired me to learn to knit. I was fascinated by your socks and your DPNs. I've made several pairs, but decided that 9-inch circulars are my favourite method. Yeah, I think everyone eventually settles on their favourite method. I really liked 9-inch circulars for a while. Then I moved to Magic Loop, and now I've just DPNs. I don't think I'll ever look back. But then we change all the time as well, don't we? So never say never. One of my future projects was inspired by you. The Waroo shawl, by Deanne Ramsey. I have the yarn picked out, but need to finish up a few things before I start on it. I have 9 works in progress currently, according to my Ravelry project page. Well, don't feel bad, Bonnie. I have way more than 9 works in progress. The Waroo shawl I've made twice. Now I kind of want to make it again. It's a great stash buster. If I can lift some pictures from my Ravelry, I'll put it on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a pattern by Added A Designs. It's a crochet shawl and it is gorgeous. And I wear them a lot in the winter. The winter. Thinking of days in the winter when it's cold. Carrie James, how is Mia? I haven't seen her in a while. She's constantly just asleep on our outdoor sofa. She sees it as her outdoor sofa, not ours. And in fact, yeah, it's so covered in cat hair that really she is the only one that sits on it. Yeah, she loves it. This time of year, she's either out on the sofa or she lies on the ground by the back door where it must be nice and warm. And that's where she is, in our garden. And we just give her a little tickle and a little scratch, and sometimes she comes in and meows at us, and then she goes home to eat, and then she comes back and falls asleep. But she's fine. She's an old girl. Cats 3990. I'm a stationery addict and I worry about how many fountain pens, bottles of ink, washi tapes, PET tapes, papers, journals, etc. I have. You sound like my Lilia. Seeing a remarkable project bag collection made me feel better. Or maybe I should share my yarn stash to make you all feel better. Anna, Tanzania. The chickens are looking great. The poor things are getting some lovely feathers and they seem to settle in nicely. Just a question, don't you get cramped fingers when you crochet and hold your finger up for tension? No. I hold the hook in my right hand and I tension the yarn like this. No, I don't. No, not at all. I don't remember ever having cramp when I started either, so no, it doesn't bother me at all. Dooby-dooby-doo. I'm probably missing loads of questions. Do you know, the windows are all open because it's boiling and someone started a bonfire. I mean, who does that on a day when it's like 27 degrees and it's at last cool enough to have the window? Is that a spot of rain? We haven't had rain forecast, but there's a little bit of rain coming over. Oh, maybe that'll put the bonfire out. Whatever plank has decided to do that. I have a question. This is Charlie May 69. Hey, I really love these vlogs. I watch them while crocheting my scrappy chevron blanket I'm working on at the moment. Oh, I've never made a chevron blanket. I've made a few ripples, but not a chevron one. I have a question. How on earth are you fighting the temptation to not sew up a few hexies at a time? I'd be way too excited to start already. P.S. Please, you're making vlogs more. I love them. Thank you, Charlie. I don't feel tempted to sew them together because I know that at the end I'm going to want to place them all out and have a look at them and work out how I want it all to go and then do it all in one big go. Previously when I've done it, I've had them all laid out on the floor when I've done square blankets and then just spent a very merry day just sitting crocheting together. So I'm just looking forward to that. It's my treat for the end of the year. Right, let's go to day 4. Everyone was commenting about Hannah and Peggy letting themselves into the kitchen. They're so stupid. If you can hear that banging, it's the blind blowing in the wind. Oh, it's just suddenly got really windy. It's lovely. I'm not going to close the windows even though it's raining. Oh, since I've been talking, Andrea Finnegan has gone in and answered D-Gel Zinger's question about Gobstoppers. A self-striping skein that's hand-wound into its individual stripes. That's a perfect way to describe it. Why didn't I say it like that? It makes a very colourful ball of yarn that is ready to knit with. Oh, it's Andrea. It's Andrea at Spin and Blether that has answered that question. I didn't pick that up. Oh, thank you, Andrea, for jumping in on there. That's it. No more questions that I can see, and I've blethered on for a while now. So now I'm going to go and have some lunch. And then once Phoebe's gone to drama school, that's when I'll hoover because she will be making crumbs and things when she has her lunch. Oh, and I wanted to mention a couple of patterns as well. So, I can't remember who it was. And I've already replied to your comment, which means it won't show up under my haven't responded setup that I've got on YouTube here. But somebody mentioned they were making a scarf. So I apologise for not writing down your name and not remembering it. But I wanted to mention it because it's so lovely. It's called the Duology Scarf by Claire Jackson at Perfectly Knotted. It's for DK weight yarn, so if you had like those single precious skeins of fingering weight yarn that we all pick up at yarn shows, I suppose you could hold it double. And I'll put a picture up. It's like a colour block, very wide triangle, wide and short triangle. Terrible explanation. And it's kind of colour blocked with the different yarns. And I thought, oh, that would be lovely holding some of my preciouses together. Maybe, I think it would be 4 colours. I suppose it doesn't really matter. You could do 1 colour if you wanted. It would be a really good stash busting project, and it just looks so wearable. and I really liked it, so I wanted to mention that. And then somebody else mentioned they were making, and I'm not sure if this is the right pattern, the Toge top, the Toge tee by Ririko, I think. Now I don't know if I've got the right pattern because I went and googled it and this is the one that came up, but I wanted to mention it anyway because it's so, I haven't seen a pattern like this. It's a really boxy tee. I'm not sure if it would suit me with its arms because I've got such broad shoulders, but it just looks so comfortable, and it's got this really lovely detailing down the front and down the sides. It looks like it's a Japanese pattern, but oh, it's got in English as well. Let's have a look. English and Japanese versions available. So I just wanted to mention those two patterns that have just come up when I've been looking at comments. Right, I'm going to go get on, then I'm going to move all this chatting onto my laptop. It'll be a bit of a chatty vlog today, but so be it. Okay, I'm going to show you this, adjust the camera slightly. So I've chosen my contrast, just adjust things so I can show you, by Milena at The Playful Knitter. She makes these bags and they have a see-through bit at the front. This is the card that she included with it, and I've got a DPN holder in there, and I've got these little stitch markers in here from Coco and Flora. Lovely Eva. These are lovely. Look. Oh, little clouds full of little drops of rain. So I, into here, am going to put my Gobstopper and my two little minis. How cool is that? And then I'm just going to, when I get some time, I shall start knitting those up. Okay, the hoovering is done, the tidying is done. Dan's taken Phoebe off to a drama school and he's going to do the shopping. I've got about an hour and a half where I could do some more housework and laundry, but I'm not going to. I am going to take advantage of the fact that it's relatively stable temperature right now, and I am going to put a couple more rows on Lilia's university blanket. I think I still haven't worked on my April cardigan so far this week. I do need to, but it's just not calling to me. I was loving it, I couldn't put it down, and now I'm a bit more like, oh, I want to sort of get to the end of Lilia's blanket, or at least to the border stage. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my day before I have to go and run around in the evening, and I will see you again tomorrow. And sorry about the missed day, you can just blame the weather. As we often do, I am British after all. I will see you tomorrow for another weather update. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.